She was getting help. In fact, Caitlin was very open about her diagnosis, but she also struggled and she suffered. To our surprise and to our sadness, Caitlin lost her battle with depression and bipolar disease on November 19, 2007. While a junior at college, Caitlin died. But change in direction is not how I would describe it for our family. Deb, Sam, and I, we stopped. The path we were on all but disappeared. Eventually, the shock and the grief lifts, and questions start to fill the void. We look to our community for answers. They were not there initially. What we found regarding mental health was frustration and dysfunction. Now, here's what I mean. The stigma of mental health was overwhelming, but yet there was light. For example, we were amazed at the outpouring of support we received by simply following Caitlin's wishes about mental health and acknowledging her death due to mental health in her obituary. People thanked us for our honesty. It opened dialogue. That honesty was Caitlin. She had always been open about her mental illness. We realized that we needed to do the same. And suddenly, our path was before us again, with a glimmer of light. We decided we needed to act. For me, being a pediatric allergist, you wonder why I'm up here, I turned to the American Academy of Pediatrics. We wrote several grants through their Community Access to Child Health or CATCH program, and we started Caitlin's Table. Initially, we had a planning grant and then an implementation grant to move adolescent mental health out of the clinic and into the community. This led to partnerships with the Y and various community organizations, and we reinvigorated the Y Teen Center in La Crosse, and we eventually placed a therapist in the Teen Center. Now she also works in the high schools. We also started and supported the Teen Service Providers Network, or TSPN. The goal was simple. We wanted to bring together all the different organizations in our community that deal with adolescent issues so they can network and work collaboratively. And today, they do. Out of the blue, my CEO at Gunderson Health System asked if Deb and I would help increase awareness of the issues surrounding behavioral health, with the goal of building a new inpatient behavioral health center on our main campus. Now let me emphasize this point. Many health systems are moving mental health facilities out of the cities into fields, away from town, or totally abandoning inpatient behavioral health care altogether. My CEO and the community board, which governs us, was seeking to build a state-of-the-art healing center, because they realized that need is huge. My family's path was clear: help mobilize other families to share their stories. We did, and the community came together. What we found was the face of mental illness was more like the faces of the community. It was all around us. It was business leaders, farmers, financial planners, architects, and yes, even healthcare providers. Our community responded, and as predicted, you build it, they'll come. Change direction, our family did change direction, and for a time our family stopped. But today we keep Caitlin's Table moving forward. Deb now actively works with various organizations, eagerly speaking at the NAMI programs like Parents and Teachers as Allies, working with the La Crosse Suicide Prevention Initiative and with La Crosse Healthiest Counties Mental Health Coalition. Sam, I'm proud to say, has just started grad school, pursuing a career in adolescent psychologist. But we all like to think Caitlin would be proud of us and the direction we are on. We are also proud of her for showing us that path. To look at a picture of Caitlin, the farthest thing from your mind would actually be that she was suffering from mental illness, and you've heard that this morning. But to realize that she died because of a mental illness should make you stop and hopefully change direction. This is what La Crosse has been doing and continues to do. La Crosse is a great community and has started to tackle the issue, but the stigma of mental illness is still strong and entrenched. The community of La Crosse was engaged in the campaign to change direction in early December. A group of community leaders learned about the initiative through the connections of LHI and Don Weber. Barbara presented the opportunity, LHI took the lead, and the community got engaged. We have more than 40 local organizations involved, from large and small employers, religious communities, and medical centers and schools and universities. Our community campaign wants to create a common language. We want the 5 signs of suffering to be as common as other awareness campaigns like stroke and heart attack. Community planners have been creative, and one has developed communication starters or conversation starters to help start that conversation with employees. Another one has actually created a manager's script to assist in dealing with the employee who's already suffering. Our community organizations have been challenged to formulate a pledge that goes beyond the 5 signs of suffering to ways that will commit to changing the story about mental health and wellness in their spheres of influence, their employees, their families, the populations they serve, and the community. All of this engagement created another path of discussion. How do we meet the needs of the many people who will seek behavioral health assistance in the wake of such a launch? Our community partners identified existing resources and will raise awareness of these through our campaign. One of them is the nationwide 211 program. So our Great Rivers 211 is part of that service, and they offer comprehensive information referral services. Now, La Crosse is going to hold its launch March 23rd. We have local and statewide leaders in addition to Barbara and GRL who are going to come and continue us on this path. We understand that we're undertaking a marathon, not just a sprint, and that bringing about real, meaningful social change takes a long-term commitment and a lot of hard work. We plan to have a strong social media campaign and will allow all the businesses and everybody else to actually share their pledge in the Change Direction campaign. LHI and others have actually pledged to provide quantitative data to the campaign in an effort to measure our success. To me, Caitlin is one of the many faces of this campaign to change direction. We need to have open community dialogue. We need to have the 5 signs of suffering out there for everyone to recognize and feel comfortable knowing what to do. We need our community to be involved, and with this launch, I have hope. I have hope that we can keep this campaign going, remove the stigma that's so pervasive surrounding mental illness, and we can improve our communities and save lives. Thank you.